Hello everyone. I wanted to go over the summary of finance as I know it after the few years of my journey. Um, I get that for some people they're pretty pessimistic about this subject, and for no wonder, no wonder, like if you're playing a game you don't understand, that's pretty frustrating, right? So to begin with, I like to think of investing as obtaining the overflowing cup of wealth. A, so, you know, if you have a big cup and you're slowly pouring, that's going to take a while, right? I'm not even halfway done. But if you have a small cup, a good strong pour, boom. So this takes me to this chart. So yeah, like for the people who are frustrated, yeah, you may be scrapping together cash, throwing it into a bank, or something with like, low yield. Well, I mean, 10% of your income for 1% return, that'll take you 232 years to retire. Oh, and there's inflation, so you might never retire. So that's frustrating. That's not the way to play this game. So not not financial advice and everything, but like I do want to say, consider actually taking some risk to get from point A to point B. Like sometimes taking the hit is the way to go, and so so consider that. And also, if you're willing to invest a higher percentage of your income, then that also decreases the amount of time it takes to retire. One thing I like to think about for investing is kind of like consider it like a garden. Sometimes you can have a great plan and you'll plant some seeds and it won't grow. Maybe it's not the right year. Maybe it's just a dud seed. Maybe, who knows? And other times you can just you could just say, I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to throw some random seeds and it grows. What? Okay, that's weird. Well, yeah. So, that's life. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So that's why I like to encourage diversification. For instance, if you have investment 1, goes to 0. Investment 2, get cut in half. That kind of stinks. Investment 3, regular 10% return. Investment 4, 30% return. Well, the first year you're losing money. That's obnoxious. And yeah, you're still not even breaking even for the first couple of years. But eventually, because of that 30% return, that one good pick, despite 2 really bad picks, you're outperforming the 10% return. Taxes. I know that a lot of people have their own feelings about this, but at the end of the day, the government is incentivized to assist with to allow wealth creation. After all, it is a good thing when a farmer plants. It's a good thing when miners mine, and it's a good thing when people are helping each other. So for that reason, they do get that favorable tax benefit. For investing, say you're basically being a part owner of a business, so you could potentially be getting a favorable tax rate over being a regular employee. As far as retirement shelters go, in general, you want to go for Roth 401k match, traditional match, then any remaining Roth contributions and traditional 401k contributions, and that will be last. And then you may also want to consider just having investments in a non-tax sheltered account like Robinhood, partially for like if you're going to retire before 59 and a half. That's going to be the money you want to take out first because you're not subjected to the additional 10% tax penalty when you're making that withdrawal. For those of you who just want to set it and forget it, Dave Ramsey's a pretty solid way of doing things. So, save $1,000, pay off all debt, smallest to largest. That's more of just to help you with managing your cash flow. And so, some months are harder to budget than others. So, like being able to exercise that part of being able to maintain your finance, that's a good skill to have, and it's kind of hard to do that when you have a bunch of big payments to make. The next step is 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then invest 15% of your household income. So yeah, if you like your job, that's a good way to do it. And you're going to want to invest in top performing mutual funds or index in multiple different categories, and that's a good set it and forget it, and so you'll be able to retire within 20-30 years. But of course, if you don't like your job and you really want to go for the higher yield, then you'll have to do some more research and you're going to have to make some more sacrifices. Baby step 5, optional, save for your children's college. Baby step 6, pay off your home early. And step 7, build, enjoy, and give wealth. So this is good. This is a great starting point, and for most people, I think you'll fall into this category. That said, there's multiple ways to create wealth. So there's Robert Kiyosaki, who will actually use debt, which is kind of contradictory to what Dave Ramsey does, to generate wealth. And so he may be worth studying after you consider what Dave Ramsey has to say. Then you have the stock pickers, Warren Buffett, Peter Lynch, Jeremy Lefebvre. I will say that you don't have to be the smartest person, but you do have to have a solid head on your shoulder. And yeah, so there's that. And then there's the entrepreneurs, people who actually make these businesses. Shark Tank, Undercover Billionaires, and there's some overlaps here, and whatnot. Technical analysis, CHEDs, big CHEDs. I mean, that's kind of an obscure subject for another day. One thing I will say for building wealth is kind of it's just a part of life. There's a reason why wealth building is in the Bible, and if you're not really particularly religious, then think of it as survival of the fittest. And I will probably also cover these scriptures in a separate video another day. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys have a great day. And again, not financial advice here, but just to get you guys excited about the potential opportunities and a good brief overview of where to start in the world of finance. And so let's party on, you guys. Have a good day.